All right, it is time for another foundation review and wear test. Today we are looking at the Estee Lauder Futurist Skin Tint Serum with Botanical Oil Infusion Broadband Spectrum SPF 20. So this is what the component looks like. Very sleek, very pretty. We got the little dropper situation going. Just beautiful frosted glass, very slim. It looks very, very luxe and very nice. Now, before we get into application and my thoughts and opinions and all of that, let's go through some of the claims so we know what it is that they are intending with this product. There's some big words in here. I'm not going to know how to pronounce them. So all this information is, of course, on the screen as well as I read through it, so you can kind of follow along. And if you need to, you can always pause and zoom in. If you're on your phone, you can pinch to zoom and read what it is I am saying. And read the information if you need to. I find that to be a very helpful tool with when I'm watching reviews and stuff, is being able to do that. So anyway, this retails for $55. It comes in 29 shades. It has a lovely shade range. I have the lightest shade, which is 0N1 Alabaster. It's a hair too pale for me, but we make it work. This is a silky serum with 85% skin-caring ingredients that visibly even, smooth, and moisturize the skin so you glow with soft radiance. Light coverage and a radiant finish with SPF 20. Yeah, this is definitely a lighter coverage product. You can build it a little bit, but I wouldn't go too crazy with trying to build it. So this has moisture saccharides and glycerin to help deliver a surge of immediate and long-lasting all-day moisture. You have glucosamine and trimetes versicolor extract. This helps smooth the skin's texture, improve skin tone over time. Botanical oil infusion to help nourish and strengthen the skin. This is going to be sweat resistant and humidity resistant, which is going to be getting tested today, girl, because it is humid. It is about 60-something degrees out, but it is humid. And I'm going to the gym. And I'm also going to be doing a little housework today, as well as computer work. So we're really going to be putting it to the test. Yeah, but it says it won't streak, it won't crease. It's fragrance free, and you're supposed to get at least 8 hours wear out of it. So we will definitely be trying to go over the 8 hours and see how it does. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Putting this on the face. Give it a little shake. I prefer application with a brush. With this one, sponge just kind of soaks it up. And here's the thing, if you're oily, particularly oily, this is not gonna be for you. This is gonna be for that normal to a little bit on the drier side type of skin. However, if you have surface dryness or texture or anything, it kind of wants to cling to that also. So it's a little finicky. But if you can get it to work for you, I think it's pretty. But I've definitely had some days when I've had some skin issues going on. I had an allergic reaction to some medications twice, and that makes my skin kind of go a little crazy. Things were not looking good. It was definitely looking cakey on those days and just patchy, and like it was just sitting poorly in my pores. But that is the situation when I'm having a reaction to medication or an SPF or something. That tends to be the way makeup sits on my skin. Like nothing will sit really pretty when that's happening, because I just have a lot of texture and weirdness going on with allergic reaction. You know, your skin reacts. I get hivey, I get itchy, so I'll be scratching and just general skin irritation. So foundation really doesn't want to sit pretty over that to begin with. But this one I really noticed did not sit pretty over that. And I think it can have the capability to get cakey and cling to patches if you're not careful. Not having like properly hydrated and nourished skin to begin with. Now today all I have on my face is my usual skincare. We're not doing anything, no primers or anything like that. So I'm just going to start with a drop. And the dropper in here is actually quite effective. It's very nice. You get a lot of product up with it. It's not one of those dinky ones that a lot of the drugstore products have that are pretty much useless. This dropper is actually effective. So I'm going to take a little bit and I'm just going to drip it onto the back of my hand. And this is a thin formula. It's a little runny. As you can see right there, it's quite runny. And we're going to buff this onto the skin. And I'll show you what it looks like. Now this shade is a little bit light for me. I'm just going to throw that out there. It is just a little light. And as you can see, my neck and chest are really pale, but my face is quite red. That's just my skin. So I try to kind of get things to match down here. Online, this shade looked a little bit deeper. Anyway, I'm going to start right here and we're going to start patting this on. And what you're going to kind of get a hint of is like maybe a clay like fragrance, just that unfragranced foundation smell is what you're going to get. But yeah, if you're excessively oily, I don't think this is going to be the product for you. Now my skin type, I am combo. I tend to lean a little bit oily, but I have dry sometimes, oily sometimes. It's a little bit unpredictable. I'm a little bit of both. So I would just say kind of average with that. So we'll see how she does throughout an entire day. I have worn this quite a bit and tested it and stuff, but I want to really put through the paces today of like a trip to the gym and doing stuff around the house. Now the one day that my skin was irritated and I went to go put this on, oh girl, I ended up just washing it off that day because nothing was looking good. Anyway, I'm just taking kind of a dabbing motion to apply and swiping just to buff it in. And less is more, I think, with this type of foundation because the oil serum, this one definitely leans into that skincare aspect. I wouldn't want to over apply because I think that can lead you to not want to wear it quite as well. I would treat this one as a skin tint, not a full coverage trying to hide all the flaws type of product. This is a evening things out type of foundation, something that's going to be very more for the day-to-day casual. I do like the skincare benefits added in, of course. And hey, more is more when it comes to skincare, in my opinion. So I just kind of pat it in with a brush. And I think that does a really nice job. Let me see. I am matching my neck now. But it takes down the redness, which is my biggest concern. I just want things to kind of look a little more even. I'm not worried about it looking perfect, full coverage. That's really not what I go for in a foundation too often. I'm taking a little bit more. I just want things to look consistent. Because I have quite patchy skin and tone. And I also have like patches of vitiligo where there's like no pigment in my face too. So that's a thing. It has a very nice radiance. That's more of a skin-like radiance. There's no shimmer in here or anything like that. It's not going to look shimmery. It doesn't have that kind of light reflecting to it. It's more, just looks very moisturized. I think we are all blended in. Let me get my magnified mirror and I'm actually going to grab my glasses and really get a look here and see what we're working with. Okay, so with my glasses on, what I'm saying is it clinging to dry patches. So I do have a little bit of dry skin happening, like right here on my nose. I can see it sitting and kind of clinging to those areas. And I would not call this crease resistant. It is definitely wanting to settle in my creases and just kind of sit on top of the skin. So yeah, that's what I see. When I like look in my magnified mirror with my glasses on, I definitely see it just kind of sitting and looking a little bit dry, like clinging to the dry patches. That I definitely don't want that to happen. I want it to blend in and look seamless. But like around my nose and right here in this crease, it does not look great. Or it's looking very creasy and a little on the cakey side. And I definitely try to keep the coverage light. Now at a distance, if I'm not up in the mirror looking at it and I'm just looking at it in my mirror that's like right in front of me, I'm like, oh, that looks pretty. But when you get in here with the magnified one and really get a look at it, it's like, ooh, maybe not the best sitting. Is not sitting pretty around like my nose area at all. That's where I find to have the most trouble with this one is my nose. Like it wants to kind of sit in the pores and settle into them. I think maybe it's just a little bit too emollient or something. I don't know, but I can see it just right in here where I'm having some like dry skin. Definitely wanting to cling to those areas, which is unfortunate. And like it doesn't sit pretty on my chin here either, where I have a crease. It definitely kind of emphasizes all of that. So there's that. I don't love that. I mean, it looks better than it did the other day when I was having a reaction, but I can still see that little bit of cakiness that bothers me. That I just feel like it's kind of, the pigment is just sitting on top of the skin. And to me, that is not giving it good odds for longevity. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is put a little bit of concealer on. I'm going to do a bit of my IRL concealer from Makeup Revolution. Just going to put a tiny bit here on the under eyes to correct that, as I would normally do. And I'm going to try to touch up here on the nose. So, yeah, maybe this one would benefit with a primer, but I don't feel like it would. So here's the thing, is like if you have mature skin, I feel like this is going to just sit in, it's going to settle into fine lines and wrinkles real bad. It's just maybe too emollient. If you like the Revlon Illuminates foundation, you'll like this. It reminds me a lot of that, the way it looks on the skin. And I did not like that foundation. I feel like it did just this. It got cakey. It just kind of set real bad. Looked fine at distance, but the closer I got, it was just kind of a little creasy looking. So it's just, this one's just kind of it's not for my skin type, I guess. It's definitely one, if you're interested in it, I recommend just getting a sample, trying it out. Because like the first day I wore it, I thought it looked pretty. On first impression, I was like, ooh. And I've steadily been testing it. And as long as I don't look close to the mirror, I'm like, ooh, this is really pretty and glowy. My skin looks so juiced up and hydrated. And then I'll look close and I'm like, oh no. I can just see it sitting and looking so cakey. Particularly in those smile lines. Yeah, just like I just see it sitting on the skin. I think it's the only way I can really describe it. Like, I love that glow that it has. Very pretty. But I would rather not have the cakiness. Because I know there are other skin tints that don't do this. So, you know. Taking a little bit of the Photo Focus loose powder. And we're going to set the T-zone. Let's get set around my eye area. And right in here, and see if that maybe can kind of soften that look. Yeah, see, it looks a little bit better if I put powder over it. It's kind of softening that cakey appearance, or that, but it's still, I can still see it just clinging to any texture that I have right there. And what's happening here is the powder is saving the day, because this powder is very blurring and has a nice soft focus look to it. But without the powder, we would not be in a good place. Just a regular brush over the rest of the face, just to lightly set. Because, I mean, this is not a type of foundation that you want to, like, pile powder on top of. Because I feel like that defeats the purpose of it. It looks alright now. A little bit better. Go back in with the glasses and the magnified mirror here. You can really see. I mean, yeah, I still see where it's clinging to the dry patches for sure. And just kind of sitting on the skin. Which is a shame, because that's a, what was it, $55 foundation from Estee Lauder? Girl, I expect you to outperform drugstore at that price point. But I gotta say, my L'Oreal hyaluronic, was it the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Acid Skin Tint Serum? That outperforms this. The Maybelline Skin Tint with the dropper outperforms this. The Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, I think's better. This is very much on par with the Illuminates from Revlon. So if that's like your holy grail, because I know a lot of people absolutely love that foundation, maybe go get a sample of this and see if you like it. But I don't think that's going to be a holy grail for me. That's just, it's a very meh product. It's a very meh product. It's disappointing because I want more from it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and all of that, and I will come back to show you how we are looking, and we'll do some check-ins in natural light and everything throughout the day. And I'm going to try to show you how we are really truly looking as we go. So yeah, I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, here we are, natural daylight. It doesn't look too bad in the camera. On this side, like, I still see some cakiness around the nose. It's not like insanely bad like it was the other day, but it's not 100% either. Like, I've used better. I did put some bronzer on. But I like the glow coming through. Like, that looks really nice. It's just that cakiness is... But anyway, we'll see how she holds up throughout the rest of the day. Oh, and it's currently 1 p.m. as we are recording this. So this has been on about 30 minutes now. A little bit of a late start today, but it's only promising 8-hour wear. So I'm going to try to keep it on until before I go to bed and see how she holds up. But I don't have high hopes. Okay, here's my makeup totally done for the day. By the way, it's about 1:30 now. I had to do some short form with a blush. So here's what we're looking like. Now this little bit of sheen I have right here, I think might be coming more from the blush. It's a stick. And I've just done a little bit of eyeshadow and some lip balm. So here's what we're looking like. Here's hoping it kind of stays about like this for the rest of the day, because I think we're at a good place. I don't love the clinging, but that might be more just, I got some dry patches. And I'm just warning you, it's going to cling to dry patches and look a little cakey if you're dry. Yet I don't think this would do well for excessively oily skin either. I'm pretty middle of the road. Anyway, here's what we're looking like right now. Everything all complete. I'm telling you, the camera's doing me favors. I don't think it looks that good. As good in person. Like when I look with my glasses on and magnifying mirror, I'm like, but I'm gonna go ahead and get on with my day. Okay, here we are, end of the day. Oh, me. Get where you can see me. Oof. I'm tired. Anyways, here's what we're looking like. I like a little mascara transfer there. That's for my little watery eye. I was scrunching and stuff because I was at the gym. So it's currently 9:30 at night. This has been on since noon, about 12:30ish. So pretty decent amount of time there. And to be fair, I did work out at the gym, and I have been sitting here touching my face because I've been at the computer and I kept forgetting makeup on, because you know, you just forget and you'll do this number. I've been doing that. So let's see what we're working with. Yeah, definitely got a little spot there. I think my eye was just watering. But looking in the viewfinder, I think, you know, I lost a little coverage here and around my nose because I had to blow my nose. It was, it needed blowing. So there's that. I got like a little bit of redness peeping through right there that I can see. Let me look in the mirror and see what we got here. Definitely lost some coverage on the nose, but I did, like I said, blow it. And we have been on for a considerable amount of time. Definitely over 8 hours. We've been on what? Well, yeah, we made it 9 hours. Wow, a little over 9 hours. So I put my glasses on so I can see what the heck is going on here. Yeah, definitely have some breakdown and oiliness in this region. Bigly. And yeah, pretty shiny. And kind of breaking up type of thing. You can see it's like kind of patching off, it looks like, and settling in all the things that I don't want to settle in, clinging to texture. Yeah, like this part of the face looks alright, but the T-zone is not looking good. The chin is definitely not thriving. Now, I also ate a hamburger, and it was kind of a messy one, so I did have to wipe my mouth a lot. But I didn't, get all up here. Yeah, it feels oily. Yeah, got a little bit of redness going on here, peeping through. But I can really see it getting cakey right there. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. That's a bit worse than my normal experience with foundations. So this is not, I'm disappointed in this foundation. Like, on like super close inspection, like really pay attention to it. Very disappointed in the way it wore and how finicky it is with my skin texture. Alright, so forehead is just real shiny, but nothing really to report there. Just super shiny. But yeah, the pore area and here and around the nose is just pretty bad looking. Like, look at that. Oh no. And just right in here, like it's just like sitting on my skin, and just it feels oily. It feels very oily. It feels sticky. And I did set my face. I got bits. But yeah, my jawline feels quite oily. I can see it breaking up around the jaw too. Ooh, I'm super oily right here. That's my oily spots, is my jawline as it is, but I can really feel it. And I didn't put on like a ton of moisturizer or anything like that today. It wasn't considerably hot today. It wasn't like I was being very rigorous on this foundation. Like at the gym, I barely got sweaty. They had the AC running. I didn't work up like a crazy sweat or anything like that. Like, I've worked out way harder than I did today, and it was a nice, like, I didn't get overheated or nothing today, or like excessively touch here and here and rub at my face that much for me to be like this. Like, this is not good results. I'm disappointed in this one. I really wanted to love her because it's a beautiful looking product, and for that first couple of minutes it looks so pretty on the skin, and then you look closely and you're like, huh. And yeah, definitely does not have the wear time. I'm not really sure who this is going to be suited to, because I feel like if you had fine lines and wrinkles and stuff, it's going to settle in them. If you have dry skin and you have any surface dryness, it's going to cling to that. If you're oily, it's going to melt right off of you. So, the only people that I think would like this are the same folks who enjoy the Revlon Illuminates foundation, perhaps, because I hated that one, and this is kind of the same situation, the same vibes. And it's a shame. It is a shame. Yesterday I wore this for just like 3 or 4 hours, and it looked better, but I powdered it more that day, I think. I don't know. I've not had consistent results, and today was definitely a dud. And I've had worse days than this. This is one of the better ones. So yeah, that one's she's a dud for me. That being said, I have a ton of reviews coming your way with foundations. If that one's not for you, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be reviewing one that you will like, because I've got a whole lineup ready to be wear tested and reviewed. I got the new Superstay one from Maybelline that's going to be coming your way. We're going to do a wear test with this one and go through all the claims, all of that, like we did today. This one is next up on the chopping block. As well as the Soft Glam foundation from e.l.f. I'm going to be putting that one through the paces. Who else do we have here? The ABH. The new Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable. We're going to be putting this one to the test. I'm real excited about this one. I got higher hopes for this one. Yeah, the Glimmer Correcting Concealer from Revlon. We'll be testing that one out also. Yeah. Who else do I have here? We've got Wet n Wild Niacinamide Skin Tint. Gonna be testing her out. And the new Milani foundations here. We're going to be doing a little review, and I'm going to pick up that L'Oreal new one from them too, the Skin Tint, the Blur Out Stick. We're going to be testing this also. And I have the primer that goes with this that will go ahead and pair with it since it came together. And I also have the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out powder to try. So yeah, and we've got the Wet n Wild loose powder. That's new to be testing out. So I have a lot of new complexion to talk about. Let me know your thoughts on what foundation you're looking forward to. If there's one that is out, that is new, that I have not named right here that you're interested in, and is it on my list here of foundations that I have reviewed, drop it in the comments and let me know, because I love doing this. This is so fun to me. I'm a nerd for foundation reviews. So yeah, okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Bye now.